My lovely, lovely peppers. Let's go. Lovely people. Happy tyrannically tasty Tuesday. Welcome. Hope you're in. Ready for some Valorant. I know I said I wasn't going to play anymore, but it was just a bad day yesterday. I'm just going to be honest. It was a bad day yesterday. So, we're going to pull up some Valorant, get that going. I've been contemplating getting rid of the names on the bottom left and just having that little thing on the bottom right. You know, something simplistic where I'm not like, oh, you know, here's Twitch follower, yada, yada, yada. You know, I don't know. I understand. It's making me click I understand. That's weird. Somebody had a seizure and probably tried to assume. So they're like, oh, we got to have people say, yes, I read this. Stupid. All right. So we're going to go to the practice range. So we're going to do 33 shots with the Sheriff. 33 shots with the Phantom. 33 shots with... Actually, you know what? We need to do 5. Let's do 20 Classic, 20 Sheriff, 20 Phantom, 20 Vandal, 20... So let's do that. And then we're going to do this. And then, yeah. All right. Oh, let's do that. 50. Oh. Let's do 10 of each. Three more. Oh, I thought that right click would have gotten him. All right, now we can do this. Fuck you, Sheriff. Oh, you know what? I forgot to switch. Oops. Stop it! Jesus Christ. Suck it up. We'll do the last 5 with the operator. Jesus Christ. Woo! $123 seconds. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. 5 of each of those. And then that'll be just like my warm-up. Alright. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I did it. I did it this morning. I bought back into GME. Surprisingly enough, it's been up all day. So, I mean, I'm in the green, so I could give a shit less of where it fell. So, as long as it stays in the green, don't really give a shit. I mean, I do, but like, the more green, the better. But, you know, ipso facto, I mean, I'll take, you know, going in the green right afterwards. But, yeah, it was... Yeah. I love this skin. Like, this black looks dope.
Match found.
Need to get a bulldog would be next. Maybe a shouty. A little shotty. A little shotty. Oh, God. All right. I'm just going to play Breach. I realized if I play Breach, then I have enough utility to survive on my own, but I can also be aggressive enough. It's like a nice combination for me. Whereas, like, Sova does have that, but not knowing his lineups, it's a little bit more difficult to be like really good at him. So I feel like with Breach, I'm going to be able to be aggressive, but also help out the team We don't have any... no sentinels. Alright, well, this could go really bad or really good. It doesn't matter. Because we're either going to be really, really, really... whatchamacallit? Just going to be really aggressive with this. And then just, you know, destroy or not. Do they have a sentinel? They have a cipher. And then 3 duelists. So at least we have me. So although they have 2 sets of blinds, we have what? 2, we have 2, 3 technically, because we have mine. Actually, we have 4 because we have Omen's blind, my blinds.
Do your little machines need help? Take your time. We Radiantes will start without you.
Time to destroy your retinas.
Ah! Did you see that new I understand about the epilepsy thing? Like, kind of weird.
Shadows traveling. Tremor! Blinding.
Killed.
Reloading.
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 Spike down mid.
Spike is mid.
50 Astra.
Dead.
Enemy spotted me.
One enemy remaining.
Left side window.
Reloading.
On graph.
He's in garage.
Concussing.
Not one left. Good shit.
I can feel their panic rising. Drive it into them.
Man's got the sauce. Some salsa. What's up, my guy? It's feeling a little spicy. A little spicy spice.
I'll find their cipher.
Let's see. It's A. It's A.
Someone's mid. Killed the rat. Clearing out. Blinding. Flash out. Blinding.
One enemy remaining.
Spike's mid.
Spike down mid.
Both right. Nice.
Reloading. Good breaths, everyone. Your hearts are pounding.
But I'm looking to get into wireless mouse. I'm gonna see what Hiko uses because I thought wireless routers were not good, but apparently the technology in them is now. How old am I? Jeez. Boomer me. One outside B. Sounds like the rest are A.
I'll go rotate A.
Someone's mid.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted A.
Amateur. Concussing. Flash out!
Flashing long.
Careful now. Blinding! Blasting! Flash out!
One enemy remaining.
Last one was long. Left side.
I'm gonna. God damn it.
Clutch.
Don't start resting. There's still work to do.
Oh yeah. Actually. See if I can wallbang one of these motherfuckers.
Great.
Tremor!
Spike planted.
Clearing out! Blinding! Too late.
Rain is gone.
One enemy remaining.
I'll watch.
He's
Flash out! Blinding!
Spike defused. My priority is their suffering.
what you getting play on that old S-ball 6? Flurry 6. Oh, I haven't died one. Oh, I thought I died. Ah, well, that makes more sense.
I want to see you crawl.
Nobody on C?
They're rushing naked.
Joke's over!
Reina.
You're
Control.
dead!
Healing.
Concussing!
Get out of my way.
Flash out!
I'm gonna ult.
Let's go!
Spike down A.
Blasting!
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Ghost rep.
Flash out!
30 seconds left. Ten seconds left.
Tremor!
Spike planted.
Reina, you good?
Ooh, yeah.
Change of plans. Damn, this is fun!
Do
Let's
it.
keep it going! I need a drop. I need a drop. Cheers!
They keep clawing our wall. Pathetic.
Very grass.
Minions here.
Spike down. C.
1-5 jet. They're all in garage still.
I know exactly where you are.
Spike planted. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Nice try.
Sorry.
No, that was good.
I feel the strain. Block it out, Omen.
Hola.
Yeah, Wednesday night. Do it.
Hola. Reloading.
Fuck.
Come on, let's go!
On
They're
jet.
5
Spike planted. Last player standing.
They already heard you. Oh,
Trust me.
people
they'll
not
know
even
what hit
knowing
them.
how to play, and these motherfuckers, they don't play well. Let's be honest, though, that was kind of my own fault for
Blasting!
these 2B window.
35 Cypher. Just one long.
Tremor! Flash out! Going up! Blinding! Someone's aim.
Reloading.
Last player standing.
Yeah, Vault.
Spike planted.
The enemy
Okay.
only looks composed. Their hearts tell a
Don't
different
peek,
story.
Phoenix.
I need a drop.
They want to fight? Let's fight.
You are divided.
Flash out!
Spike planted.
Pitiful.
One enemy remaining. Last
He's on
player
site.
standing.
Good job.
You man ready for a light show?
Snuff them out.
Need somebody see? 1B. Sounds like it's A.
Rushing short.
Enemy spotted mid. Enemy spotted me.
Fuck.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Last player standing.
Yo, Phoenix, what
Spike
the fuck
planted.
was that?
What?
Dude, you like lagged out. It looks like you're just walking straight. Hacks, bro? Is that what you're
I
doing?
hate waiting. Let's do this!
I'm 100% certain that Reyna's using controller.
Yeah. Those numbers, yep. Well, first of all, don't pick a duelist if you're new.
The hunt begins.
Flash out!
Stealing sight.
One enemy remaining. Spike
B window.
down B.
Just play time. You don't have to peek. He's in cubby.
Reloading.
Be mindful of garage. He might circle.
Thirty seconds left.
Nice job.
Last round in the half.
I'm picking duelists just because I'm such a It's just detrimental to the team because you're supposed to high frag as a duelist, especially Reyna. She's completely dependent on performance. So if your performance sucks ass, all you're doing is like hurting the team. Like, luckily I'm popping off for once. I had those days every once in a while.
Get out of my way!
B? Or is it A?
One more left.
Spike down A.
Flash out!
Jet's over here with me.
Hit for 10.
Just play for time. Just keep an eye on.
Spike is safe.
Last player standing.
Oh, she's
Spike
on site.
planted. One enemy remaining.
She's held.
Blinding! Let's go!
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to play Breach. I think that's what I need to do. I just need to play Breach.
My rate just went up.
Yeah.
Switching sides.
I knew hiring you was a good idea.
I just need to play Breach more, basically, because I can be aggressive, but I can also be helpful with the team, but I'm not pigeonholed into being a duelist or support. Like, Breach is the perfect mix of everything. Don't want to pop off with the Sheriff, maybe? Nah, I don't want to waste the 800 creds.
Need a drop.
We should just rush one site.
I'm going to try to get him in transition through B. So I'll make my way to A.
Need a drop. Gun here. Gun here. Someone say
Oh, fuck.
enemy spotted me.
Cover going out. Cover going out.
Planted.
There's two.
1 A long. 2 A long.
Rain is down.
Both long.
Blinding.
One enemy remaining.
Left
Last
time.
player
35.
standing.
You're good, you're good. Just play time. He's not going to have enough time. Good job.
Who to smother first?
Sure, C. I'll buy a rifle. That way I can shoot from afar.
I take what I want.
Reyna, what are you doing?
Reloading.
Cypher may have it trapped up.
Enemy spotted.
Go C or I mean B or A.
Reyna has a spike, so we're basically at her whim.
Reloaded.
You're gonna go A.
Reyna's stuck over here. We're gonna have to do it with kills.
Reload him. Flash out. Out of charges.
One enemy remaining.
Cussing.
Spike down. C.
Kill everyone, and our job gets a whole lot easier.
My city needs me. I can't be away for long. Let's end this quickly. Reloading.
You know, that confusion with us actually kind of worked out in our favor.
Yeah, they rushed us.
Yeah. I mean, we could honestly do that again. They seem pretty aggressive, especially their jet.
Let's go.
She likes to come out of B, just mindful.
Yeah, we just play back. No cypher drive.
One down.
Blinding. Someone's mid. Careful now. Blasting. Flash out. Trevor.
This one.
Blinding.
Planted.
44 Phoenix CT.
Playtime.
One enemy remaining.
Last one's garage.
You're tiptoeing. They're all dead.
Strike at their weak points. If one link breaks, the rest will follow.
Dude, I am killing it right now. Uh-oh, we have a rain around.
Let's do this.
All right.
No prisoners.
They might not rush this time.
Yeah.
Enemy spotted.
There's the jet.
Flash out!
Enemy spotted. C.
Clearing out!
Reloading.
Shadows traveling. Shadows traveling.
Reloading.
Blinding! Flash out!
When
One enemy remaining.
last one's 8.
Trevor!
He's in garage, garage.
Right there.
Planted. Reloading.
Right there.
My burden never ends.
Going ham and cheese. I'm going ham and cheese. A ham and cheese, ham and cheese. All right. What'd you say, ham and cheese? Motherfucker.
Don't let up.
Get out of my way!
Whew.
Hush. Enemy spotted C.
You're out.
Jet C long.
Going up.
Teleporting.
Concussing!
The hunt begins.
Blinding!
Someone's in defense school.
Blasting!
30 seconds left.
Carry one on.
Careful now.
Last player standing.
I know exactly where you are.
Ten seconds left.
Damn.
Somebody else grab the spike.
New fight, new tactics, keep it fresh, yeah? over! You're dead! Tremor! Flash out! Lightning! Flash out!
They're dead.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Yo, what the fuck are you doing, Reyna? You'd report fucking Reyna. That's bullshit.
Bro.
They don't have a single life worth saving.
I'll take everything from them.
Weak.
Spike down A.
Sorry, bro.
Enemy spotted A.
I have the spike.
Reloaded.
Like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
Stealing sight.
I swear to God, if we fucking lose because of this fucking piece of shit.
Going up.
Spike planted.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
After though.
Yeah, blinds.
For real though.
That's fucking bullshit. Keep breathing.
I'll make them remember. They're only human.
I'm gonna ult garage. You're definitely a bot.
Definitely.
That's exactly what a bot would say.
Breathe deep.
Alright, I'm gonna ult straight in.
Blasting!
Still inside.
Spike planted.
Someone see!
Good charges. Blinding. Flash out. Blinding.
Last player standing.
The enemy only looks composed. Their hearts tell a different story.
Alright, let's play back. Don't rush. We're just gonna wait for them to come to us because they're so aggressive. We can't be aggressive with one shitty player.
Okay.
We're gonna have to get an early pick. So don't peek, just hold an angle.
Isolate and exterminate.
We don't have anybody watching.
Dog tag. At PC.
Clearing out! Flash out!
Planted.
The hunt begins.
Joke's over! You're dead! Blinding!
Flashing for.
Poison's off.
One enemy remaining.
You have time.
70.
Poison orb emitting.
She's defusing. Oh, so good.
Poison's off.
Reloading.
Oh my god.
Match point.
Let's put them in the ground.
I need this. Thank you.
Or 1B.
Come on, let's go!
Under.
Put down!
One enemy remaining.
Concussing! No one.
Let's go! Ah, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Let's go! Woo! New patches available. Required. So there was a patch that just came out after the other patch? Alright, well, I don't have enough time to do anything else. So, what do I have enough time to play a quick game of? My Apex Legends probably isn't updated. Maybe. No, I don't need that. Oh, never mind. I don't have nothing for that, so I can't do that. I don't have anything that I can do like really quick. Maybe Fall Guys, but I guess I don't. Let me try to relaunch Valorant. I might just try like to play a quick game of Escalation, maybe. Let's go. Is it gonna start or? Is it not gonna update? Riot? What's going on, Mirbo? Well, I've been trying to debate if I wanted to get Outriders because it's like an MMO live. You know, let's watch some videos on that. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. We're gonna stop the music, and then we're gonna turn that up so whenever at the end of the stream. So we're gonna do this live videos watch. All right, so we're going to interact. Let's look up Outriders. Because I'm trying to decide. Let's take a look.
Hey, we're still trapped on Earth.
I'm just glad everything is back to normal. Yo, dork. Looks like the solar opposites are going to jail. How are we still so bad at this?
Yeah. So this is for Outriders. I've been contemplating buying
Outriders
this.
is massive, both in terms of game length and the numbers of hours you'll be able to pour into it, and the physical distance you'll traverse over the course of the story. So today we're excited to show you more of the journey and structure of Outriders, how you move about the game, and how the various features, systems, and story all come together. In last month's broadcast, we explored the first city, the area of Enoch first settled by the refugees of Earth. Everything from this section of the game unfolded here, in this area of the map. The first city sits within a larger area of colonized Enoch, which you can see here. Here, humans have made a life, as best as they can, and built cities, strongholds, factories, and mines as they try to survive. This is where the Outriders are first reawoken from cryosleep, and where your first hours in the game are spent. Humanity has always struggled to leave this place, with the raging anomaly storms and monsters preventing further colonization of the planet, pushing society back to the Dark Ages. As you will see though, there's a whole lot more to Enoch. As an Outrider, you're one of the few powerful enough to leave humanity's broken settlements and journey out across this hostile planet. But what does that mean in actuality? Outriders takes advantage of a hub-and-spoke structure, connecting busy, settled areas, the hubs, with combat arenas and free roam areas, the spokes. The main story missions push you through the game, and a large number of side quests and additional content can be discovered on or off the beaten path. As side quests scale to your level, so do the rewards. It means even early side quests can be meaningful played late in the game. And it's worth saying side quests aren't fluffy objectives that take place in the same play spaces you've experienced in the main game. They're new, bespoke areas of Enoch that you could miss entirely, and they often reveal more secrets about the world and lore. Let's travel quickly to Eagle Peaks, the snow-capped mountains that encase the war zone, to take on a side quest there.
Is this your whole company?
There used to be more of us.
Maybe.
Something happens to the men up in these hills.
I'm all about
Voices.
the gameplay. So if the gameplay shines
Some
through,
leave and don't come back.
I'd be alright. But I don't know.
Same
We'll see.
for anyone who goes looking for them. But maybe an altered could have more luck in finding them. Could you lend a hand?
Sure, Gur. I got you, Gur.
Alright, let's play detective. If I was a missing soldier wandering off into the night hearing voices, where would I go?
Come on! Oh, come on! Don't do this! I just came looking for my friend!
He belongs here now! We all do! Today, the storm welcomes an apostate into its loving embrace!
So it seems the last remaining survivor of our missing soldiers was just sacrificed to the anomaly? We need to have some words with this deadly cult and its leader.
ECA!
Wait. Why is this at 480p? Yeah, let's do some 4K goodness. Even though it's not going to show 4K to you guys, it's going to show 4K to me. Fine, I'll do 1440p. Jeez. Too much bandwidth. I guess streaming and stuff. I guess that makes sense. But okay.
Designated. They've got nowhere to run.
Okay. What is that on? 1440? Too much bandwidth? Fine. I'll go 1080p. Jeez. So Crusher. Oh God. Okay, let's look on.
We're only giving you a small taste of this little side adventure. It takes a fair bit longer to make our way into the inner chambers here. And as always, we like to keep some surprises for you. But it's time now for an epic showdown with the altered cultist leader.
Firing on target.
Why would you stand in the red shit?
Seems you had yourself a little cult brewing up here. I don't know, this place seems to make people flip their fucking lids.
Yeah, nice. By completing the side quest, we can now choose a sweet piece of new gear as a reward. With that sorted, let's talk a little bit more about hubs. In hubs, your weapons are holstered for a time, and you can soak in a bit of life on Enoch. Here you can visit vendors to sell scrap and purchase gear, frequent bars to gather gossip and bounties,
Call it the liver spinner.
and pick up side quests from one of Enoch's many eccentric denizens.
What
There's a
exactly
demo of
is your
Outriders.
business?
I'm downloading it.
Certain mercenary services.
It's hard to show this without spoilers, but as you progress through the game, the world state and NPC dialogue is affected by pivotal moments from the story, and new side quests unlock, some of which are hidden in earlier hubs and play spaces. Further rewarding
Oh, we're gonna
exploration.
download the demo. We're gonna do that
Combat
for
feats
show.
also come with achievements. Complete a collector's quest like Bounty or Monster Hunt, and NPCs will recognize and reward your triumphs. In bringing to life a new sci-fi universe, we are adamant that these settled areas feel dynamic and alive. Oh, and if Monster Hunts piqued your interest, stay tuned for a future broadcast to learn more about them.
Well, this should be interesting.
All right, I'm gonna fox with the. I'm gonna fox with that
Customize
actually.
and save with Liberty Mutual.
Thank you.
Oh, this game rules.
Let's get hammered. Your terms is acceptable.
Like Sopranos level baller.
Crucially, hubs also allow you to check in on your Outriders truck and crew, which will grow as you progress throughout the game. We're going to talk more about the Outriders truck in the future, but its primary function is to transport you through the world, bringing many of the features of a town with it. All the functionality you'd expect from a hub hits the road with you. your weapon vendor, your crafting, your crew. The truck is a moving RPG village. Now you don't operate the truck yourself. That job falls to your driver, Jakob, who we will talk more about later. But the customization options are vast, so you can personalize your ride along your journey. Okay, let's pack up and hit the road now. I need to head to the forest to continue my journey. Let's take a quick moment to introduce the crew. Your ride or dies accompany you on your quest to discover the source of the signal. Here we can see Jakob, who drives the truck and can handle any customization of the vehicle. Jakob was with your Outrider during the first arrival on Enoch 30 years prior. A bright-eyed youth with an exciting life ahead of him on a new planet. Time has not been kind to poor Jakob. Here's Sahidi, who we met in the last broadcast. One of the few people on Enoch with a grasp on science and how to get mankind out of the pickle they happen to find themselves in. You can talk to Sahidi for weapon mods and crafting. We'll be talking more about this topic in the next broadcast. Finally, at least for the moment, there's Bailey, who has been appointed to your team by Corrigan, the Grand Marshal of Trenchtown, who's allowed you travel through the various sectors of the settlement.
Let's go.
Bailey hates the arrangement as much as you do, but is forced to join the journey. In camps like this, Bailey also acts as a gear vendor.
A gear vendor.
With a host of unique weapons and armor you can trade for scrap.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play that demo
Other
tonight.
notable features of a given camp: your stash, where you can store and withdraw equipment that you might not be able to hold on your person. The stash also allows you to move gear freely between your roster of player-built characters. Next to the hammock here, you'll always be able to change and customize the look of your Outrider. And
Oh my gosh. It's probably because I'm streaming.
Of course, the matchmaking terminal, which is hopefully self-explanatory.
Nice.
Before I'm leaving you for this month's broadcast, I'm going to take you beyond the safe confines of the Forest Enclave.
Yeah, if I like this tonight, I might actually play it.
It's a beautiful night, so let's head out there and explore.
Oh my god, this is terrible. I'm sorry about this. Let's just do 720, like Jesus.
Hey, you remember my tunes I used to play?
Like it was yesterday.
I can still remember some of them.
Oh my god, this, why is it so bad? Like what the shit is going on?
Please stop, Jakob. Please. I'm serious. Yeah, Jakob, I'm disconnecting.
Let's take a look at this video. Of course, the ads run fucking flawless. Piece of shit.
New ideas, we have a ton, so keep pushing forward.
What's going on, guys? Vulcan here, and unfortunately we got the news that Outriders has been delayed, but we do get a demo that lets us play the first few hours of the game on each class, and this progress carries over into the main game. Now, one thing people might not realize is that this demo isn't timed, so if you want to, you can actually play it all the way up until launch. Now, I'm going to make another video of how to maximize your time on the demo so that all of your characters are geared to the teeth and way ahead of the curve when the game launches on April 1st.
I'm listening, bro.
Okay, so that's enough about what's coming. Let's get to the point of this video, and that is what class is best for you. So we have 4 to choose from. If you're like me, you're torn between 2 or 3 or maybe even all 4. So we're going to cover all of the strengths and weaknesses for each class and what type of player might like them. So for those that don't know, Outriders has 4 classes: the Pyromancer, the Devastator, the Trickster, and the Technomancer. But before we dive into each class individually, I did want to talk about the classes as a whole and a lot of the mechanics that they share. So each class has its own healing mechanic, because in Outriders, you can't just pop a health potion or a med kit to recover your health. You have to do something specific. And some of these are going to work better for certain playstyles than others, so make sure to pay close attention. You don't want to pick a class that only recovers health in melee range if that isn't your playstyle. And in addition to healing, each class also has its own melee ability that applies a debuff to enemies. So for instance, the Pyromancer's melee will cause enemies to burn, while the Devastator's will cause them to bleed. So you can either build around these ailments or use them to help boost whatever build you're going for. The last thing I wanted to touch on is class trees. So we're going to be covering what each tree specializes in for each class, but for the most part, classes are not going to limit your ability to specialize in certain weapon types. And I've gotten a few DMs with folks asking, what class is best for snipers or shotguns? And honestly, there are multiple ways to boost those weapons, so don't worry about it too much. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's start our deep dive into the classes. The first one up is the Pyromancer. And as a Pyromancer, you're going to be able to manipulate explosions that clear hordes of enemies and use infernos to engulf anything in your path. Now, this class plays best from medium range because they lack the mobility of a Trickster and the toughness of a Devastator, but they offer a great tool set so they can be deadly from behind cover or in the open. Now, who is this class for? So the Pyromancer is perfect for those players who love AoE builds or taking on groups of enemies. Lots of their skills are built around dealing large amounts of damage around target enemies or in an area around the player. And they also have a decent amount of crowd control skills, which afflict enemies with Ash, and that causes them to freeze in place momentarily.
CC, I like that. I do love
so
CC.
One of my favorite things about the Pyromancer is their ability to push enemies out of cover with their thermal bomb skill, which ends up placing a bomb on an enemy, and if they die, they'll explode, dealing huge damage to everything around them, and also marking them for healing, which we'll cover later. And the Pyromancer's melee skill is all about burning cleaves and AoE. So when you melee while you're running or standing still, you're going to be able to strike all enemies in a cone in front of you, inflicting damage and applying a burn to them. But if you're sprinting and you melee, you'll actually jump forward and the ground, dealing
yeah, it's probably going to be Pyromancer. I mean, I heard Pyromancer and I thought for sure that's going to be me.
You. And when it comes to healing, the Pyromancer recovers health by marking enemies with their skills. And if you have any marked enemies that you kill, you're going to regain a portion of your health. So the best way to do this is to mark a whole slew of enemies and then nuke them all at once to gain massive chunks of health back. Remember we talked about that thermal bomb skill? If you're in danger, you can hide behind cover, use thermal bomb, it'll go underneath the ground, afflict an enemy, you can kill them, they'll explode, killing them, maybe killing everything around them, and if not, then it'll mark them. Then you can easily clean up the mess and recover big chunks of health. So the Pyromancer has 3 skill trees that specialize in different things. The first one is the Ashbreaker, which gives large damage boosts against marked enemies, meaning you're going to do more damage to any enemies damaged by your skills, and because you're killing things more quickly, you're going to have a steady stream of healing. This tree seems to work out really well for those who like combo-based gameplay or to play solo. Then you have the Firestorm, and this one boosts all your skill damage. So not much to say here. If you like to light things on fire or blow things up more than shooting, then this one's going to let you do that more often. The last one is the Tempest, and this one gives lots of nodes to boost your maximum health and reduce your damage. Perfect for those people who like a tankier playstyle. Now honestly, this would be awesome for a shotgun build. This thing would take advantage of some of the skills that function in close range around the player to set up some big combos. And this tree also has a major node called Phoenix Nestling, and it's a life save. So if you were to take fatal damage, instead you're going to heal up to 50%, and this is perfect for those people who really like the old school Sunsinger in Destiny, or like those life save mechanics to give you a second chance. So that wraps up for our first class, the Pyromancer. Now let's talk about the jack of all trades, the Technomancer. So the Technomancer has the ability to create turrets and heavy weapons out of thin air.
Turrets?
And you can freeze and poison enemies while healing and supporting your allies. And this class excels at long-range combat, but it is more squishy than other classes. And because of that, you're going to spend more time in cover. But luckily, the Technomancer's skills are built with that in mind, so you can cast them from behind cover, which is nice. This class is also the most versatile of all the classes and really offers something for every type of player. So really, who is this class for besides everyone? So the Technomancer is perfect for those people who like to fill a variety of roles in their squad. If you like playing the healer, fantastic. This class has the only healing skill in the game. If you like summoner classes, then the Technomancer is right up your alley because you are able to summon turrets, gadgets, ordnance, all of these things that you can control and build around. And if you're someone who really likes to snipe, this class has a ton of skill nodes to build around, boosting sniper damage, which lets you clear battlefields for your group. Now the Technomancer also has some really strong crowd control skills like Cold Snap, which freezes everything around you and in front of you, which allows you to set up some really cool combos. Now, one of my favorite things about the Technomancer is a skill called Tools of Destruction, and this can either summon a heavy machine gun or a rocket launcher depending on whether you press or hold the skill. So the rocket launcher is great at clearing groups of enemies. You got 3 shots and you can really kind of wipe a lot of things out, and the machine gun is perfect for single target damage. When it comes to meleeing, the Technomancer's melee skill is great for crowd control because it freezes any enemy that it hits. And if you melee while you're running or standing still, then you're going to strike all enemies in a cone in front of you, freezing them in place. If you're sprinting in your melee, then you're going to jump forward, smash the ground, deal AoE damage, and freeze everything in a small radius around you. And the nice thing is,
the game seems really cool.
Node in the
I don't know why I didn't read more about this. I was like, meh.
Everything you hit, making for a really nasty combo where enemies are frozen in place and taking ticking poison damage, which makes your job easier because they have less health. So when it comes to healing, the Technomancer has the most versatile one in my opinion. Whenever you deal damage, you're going to regain a small amount of damage back as health. Basically, it's vampirism. So if you use that Tools of Destruction skill that I just talked about, and you summon a machine gun and just lay into a boss with all 200 rounds that you have, you can face tank just about anything. Unless you get hit with a lethal mechanic, you're going to basically be capped off the entire time. And when I got to play this class during my demo, I really liked pulling aggro for my team and just soaking damage while they burn the boss down. And it really felt good to be like in the line of fire rather than hiding behind cover, which I had done for the first half of the demo. So it was just a big kind of playstyle shift that felt really good, and the Technomancer enabling that type of shift. So the Technomancer's skill trees, they're incredibly varied, and they offer some great flexibility for each type of player. So the first up is Pestilence. Now this tree is all about increasing damage with decay skills like a poison turret and your gun damage. So if you like assault rifles or snipers, then this is your tree. Next up is the Tech Shaman. Now this branch focuses on increasing your healing and boosting your indirect damage with things like turrets and freeze gadgets. It also has a signature passive that increases all your damage done by 40% when you use a gadget, and if you happen to die during this effect, you're instead returned to 50% health and given a second chance. So if you're someone who really likes a summoner style play, the Tech Shaman is definitely for you. This is going to boost all of your turret damage, your gadget damage, and give you a nice safety cushion with that second chance ability. And lastly is the Demolisher, and this one is a jack of all trades. It gives a handful of bonuses whenever you use gadgets, and it'll boost your toxic damage. Now this is the tree I specialized in during my demo, and it felt like it was perfect for solo players. I felt like I could handle just about anything, and I was always prepared for any sort of situation. So if you're not sure what to play, I would highly recommend Demolisher, and then you can always respec and go from there, but this one will definitely let you get a taste of the full Technomancer class. So that wraps up the Technomancer. Let's move on to the Trickster. Now the Trickster is all about high burst damage, hit and run gameplay, and manipulating time to keep enemies controlled. This class has the most mobility with a skill called Hunt the Prey, which allows you to teleport all over the battlefield. And the Trickster works best in close range by dropping an AoE that slows down time and then unleashing huge amounts of damage on enemies while they're slowed. Now the one unique thing about the Trickster is that you passively gain an energy shield as you deal damage. This gives you a buffer in front of your health pool and increases your survivability, and no other class generates this without mods. So who is this class for? So the Trickster is perfect for players who like rogue classes and they want to prioritize mobility over toughness. This class does come with a handful of interrupts and skills that slow enemies and high damage abilities. So honestly, it's perfect for solo players who have to go one-on-one with tough enemies every now and then because you can completely lock them out of their skills. And out of all of the classes, the Trickster has the highest amount of burst damage, and it's great for keeping enemies locked down. Now the Trickster's melee skill is all about slowing enemies and keeping them controlled. And when you melee while running or standing still, you're going to strike all enemies in a cone in front of you, inflicting damage and applying a slow effect to them. If you're sprinting and you melee, you'll leap forward and smash the ground, dealing AoE damage and slowing any enemies in a small radius around you. Now when it comes to healing, the Trickster has a more unique effect than the other classes. Any enemy that dies near you will recover your health. However, you'll also extend and increase the duration of your shield, giving you even more survivability. So the optimal way to recover health is to teleport in, use a skill like Temporal Slice, which slices all enemies in front of you and paralyzes them, and then that allows you to quickly clean them up and gain large chunks of health back. Now the Trickster's skill trees are built around enhancing
I don't know, the
specific
Technomancer sounds
aspects
pretty
of the
cool.
class and not necessarily about changing the way you play too much. So first up, we have the Master of Space. This increases shotgun and SMG damage when you use movement skills and increases your damage while moving. Beyond that is the Harbinger. This is the tank path for the Trickster, and this branch is all about increasing damage mitigation and increasing your shield. So if you're someone who likes mitigation or dodge tanks, then this path might be one to check out because there's a lot of cool stuff packed in there. And lastly is the Assassin, and this branch focuses on skill damage and leeching health from skills. It's built around reducing the cooldown of teleports, so you can kind of zip all over the area, cleaving enemies, and just destroying anything that runs in your path. So that wraps up the Trickster. Let's move on to our final class, the Devastator. Now the Devastator is all about defense and brutality. This class is built around coating your body in rock armor and then smashing enemies into the ground. And what this class lacks in mobility, it gains in armor and health. The Devastator works best in close range combat and uses skills to shatter enemies. So who's this class for? So the Devastator is perfect for people who like to play as a tank, but they don't really want to sacrifice much in terms of damage. This class has a large amount of stun and interrupt skills that can be used to shut bosses down and keep them from casting anything. So in short, the Devastator can be incredibly impactful in a group to control the flow of battle and maximize those damage windows for your Tricksters and your Pyromancers. Also, if you really like to play like Barbarians or Bruiser type classes, then the Devastator is built specifically for you. So the Devastator's melee skill inflicts anything it hits with a nasty bleed. And when you melee while running or standing still, you're going to strike all enemies in front of you in a cone, and if you're sprinting in melee, you'll leap forward and smash the ground, dealing AoE and applying that bleed to any enemies in a small radius around you. And now when it comes to healing, any enemy that dies near you will recover your health, and this works perfect for the Devastator since most of the time you're going to be right in the thick of it. Now the best way to recover large amounts of health is to cast Golem Skin, which is a skill that coats your entire body in rock armor, which reduces your damage taken, and then cast a skill like Gravity Leap, which causes you to leap into the air and smash down on groups of enemies, instantly killing them, or you can use something like Impale to quickly put all groups of enemies on rock spikes and kill them more efficiently. Now the Devastator's skill trees vary greatly between defense and offense. So first up is the Vanquisher, and this branch is all about close range combat and increasing the amount of damage you can do with shotguns and assault rifles. Next up is the Warden. Now going down the Warden path is going to make you into the ultimate tank. So if you're a tank person, the Warden is one you're going to want to check out. You're going to have access to lots of different armor nodes to soak damage and reduce the cooldown for defense skills, and it gives some pretty cool passives like being able to strip armor rating off of defeated enemies and add it onto you, so basically armor stealing. And lastly is the Seismic Shifter. Now this one is all about increasing your damage over time, which tends to focus a lot on bleeds and skills like Impale, which deal damage the longer the enemy is on the spike. So if you're someone who really likes an Affliction Warlock or basically stacking up,
I don't know, the turret sounds really cool. I always like the idea of summons or like pet
Seismic
classes.
Shifter is definitely one for you. And that wraps up the Devastator. So now that we've been through a deep dive for each class and really explored.
Well, that's going to do it for me, everybody. Thanks for hanging out as always. I'll see you in a few hours. Tonight, we're going to play the demo. We're going to play Outriders tonight. I will see y'all later. Bye, 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 bye.